Okay, so first I would like to introduce MES. Mahatma Education Society was established in 1970, opening their arms to each and every child that came under their prudence. Dr. K.M. Vasudevan Pillai and Dr. Daphne Pillai's vision of bringing social economic change has brought prosperity and upgraded their organization from a single school to a multinational institution group providing education at all levels, from pre-primary to PhD, affiliated to Mumbai University, accredited at all levels, proficient authorities in field of education like the University of Mumbai, Government of Maharashtra, AICTE, NAC, IDO, NDO, etc. At present, MES houses more than 35 students and runs 48 institutions, Pillai Group of Institutions in Mumbai, Navi Mumbai, and Rasaini. The Dr. K.M. Vasudevan Pillai's campus in Panvel accommodates about 8,000 students along to engineers. MES turned 50 years old in the year 2020 and has always provided best of every situation to the students. So now I would like to talk about Alegria, the Pillai Group of Institutions accumulated into colleges. Alegria, Festival of Joy, is one of the most fabulous festivals of its kind in India, with a football of over 50,000 all gathered to be in the presence of magnificent talent and star celebrities. The Festival of Joy is an increasingly thriving annual event with changing themes, including last year's Dreamland and this year's theme, Night, Light the Night. Alegria is a product of a zealous and passionate group of students and faculty behind the scenes. So this was all about Alegria, and this year's theme, Alegria, the Festival of Joy, here once again to put us in yet another mind-blowing year. Just give me 1 second. Now I would like to request Apte Kaka to bless us with his golden words.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. I hope I am audible. Am I?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So, in this year, Festival of Joy, today I will be covering joy of giving because the organ donation itself gives you joy to give something to others. And what is that? It is easily available with you, which you have to give. And when? Only when you leave this world. So, in giving, you are practically not losing anything, but you will be getting a joy, and that cannot be counted in any uh, measure. So, it is joy of giving something. Now we go for recycling number of things. We recycle plastics and what not. But it is recycling of life. After life of one person ends, that is recycled to other, and that is organ donation. This year, uh, I was invited by a university for organ donation day. In this way, that webinar was presided by our respected vice chancellor. And when I pointed out that every 2 minutes in our country, one person loses his life or one person is required to end his life because he don't get organ required for transplant, or he may not get skin required for his burn wound. So it is that serious and which can be easily stopped by donating organs and tissues. And when our Vice Chancellor was very much supporting, he said this year all our colleges affiliated to University of Mumbai or University of Bombay will go for organ donation awareness. And whatever we are concerned is only awareness, nothing else than that. It is not the thing that the organs required or skin required is not available. It is available in plenty. However, it is wasted due to non awareness, lack of awareness regarding this subject. Now, the enactment relating to body donation was of 1949, whereas enactment relating to organ donation year backs to 1994. So we have already celebrated silver jubilee of enactment relating to organ donation. However, it is sorry state of affairs to say that till date we have not crossed the level of awareness. We are still at the level of awareness even after 25 years. Whenever any enactment is done, it is done for benefit of public. However, if they are not aware of the benefit and of the subject, then how they will get benefited? And that is the reason I have taken promotion of public awareness regarding organ donation as my life mission that I have chosen. I propose that till my last breath, I will follow this mission. I will stick to this mission. And a day will come, I am sure, that awareness would be sufficient and no person in our country has to end his life for want of organ for transplant or skin to cover his wound. So, with that goal, let us now understand what is the organ donation and what sort of, because there is much misconception or confusion, what is body donation and what is organ donation, whether skin and eyes donation can be called as organ donation. So, first, don't have much problem in our day-to-day life, whereas a person who gets kidney in transplant, his life can be saved and his sufferings can be eliminated. Now, if I say even leaving donation of liver is possible, you will naturally ask me, we have only one liver, so how it can be donated? For that, only part of the liver is to be donated, not full entire liver. And a magic is that after donating a part of the liver, after some period, in both the bodies, that is, body of a donor as well as body of the beneficiary, entire liver is regenerated. That is to say, from single liver, two livers are regenerated and both have full-fledged liver and they can enjoy all benefits of life. So that is only living donation. Now, let us first distinguish between organs and tissues. Though eyes and skin is in normal terms called as organ, in medical terms they are called tissues because when we call organ, organ requires continuous supply of blood as well as oxygen. Due to blood circulation, oxygen which we inhale from lungs passes on to all the organs and they remain functional. After death, when blood supply stops, instantaneously all organs become useless or uh, they lack functionality because they don't get continuous blood supply. Then a question will arise in your mind, then how the organs can be donated. So the organs can be donated after death, but that is not normal death. That is not cardiac arrest or stoppage of heart. It is stoppage or death of the mind, brain, and that is called brain stem death. Brain stem is a small part of our brain through which all the instructions from brain are communicated to all the parts of body. If these orders or communication stops, the organs won't know how to function and they will stop functioning. Even heart requires order from brain, so also the lungs. So if brain stop functioning, even these heart and lungs are likely to stop functioning. But still, at brainstem death, it is a stage when heart continues to beat where when the brain is dead, and this is possible only under four circumstances, four type of elements. One is brain hemorrhage, when blood supply to brain stops. Another one is uh, brain hemorrhages, vein in the brain opens and brain is filled with blood, whereas stoppage of blood supply to brain is brain stroke. There is also another element called brain tumorage. Brain tumor, due to brain tumor, the internal pressure on brain stops blood supply. And fourth one is direct injury to brain in accident. Except these four type of elements of brain, no other element leads or likely to lead to brainstem death. And again, in these four elements also, they will lead to brainstem death only if the patient is admitted to the hospital timely. He is put it in ICU on ventilator, and after putting him on ventilator, if the brain stop functioning, due to ventilator, blood supply continues, which continues supply of oxygen to all the organs and all the organs remain functional. Therefore, only in under the circumstances of brainstem death, all healthy organs at that time can be donated for transplant. Please remember, brainstem death is actual death. There are misconceptions. He was declared brainstem death and thereafter he died. No, he was already dead at the point of brainstem death. Only the monitor shows different parts of body functioning because of ventilator and not otherwise. And to keep all the organs functional, the ventilator is continued till all the organs are retrieved. But the organs can be retrieved only if consent is given by near relatives of wounded patient or wounded person instead of calling his patient because already dead. That is called deceased, or he is called deceased donor. So if the consentation now I have clear that it is possible only under the stage of brainstem death, then you will ask me, suppose person is not brainstem death, he is cardiac death. He meets cardiac death means stoppage of heart. Then won't he be in position to donate anything? Yes. Under that circumstances, tissues can be donated. Tissues are a type of organs. We don't require continuous blood supply or oxygen supply and remain functional up to 5 to 6 hours after stoppage of heart beating. And therefore, the main tissues are eyes and skin, also heart valves and tendons, etc. are tissues. But to keep where to preserve that, the tissues cannot be preserved for much long time and they require tissue banks. We know there are many eye banks as well as skin banks, and at skin bank and eye bank, eyes and skin can be preserved after processing. A processing is required to be done. So the difference between the two I have explained. Now for eye donation and skin donation, a team of doctors visit donor's residence and carry out a small surgery of 30 minutes for retrieval of eyes as well as retrieval of skin. So it can be very easily donated after cardiac death, not like organs. Now, the skin after preservation can be preserved after preservation process can be preserved up to 5 years. However, eyes, a, actually a cornea of eyes is only donated in eye donation, and that cornea cures eye blind victims or corneal blind victims, not eye blind, corneal blind victims, because blindness is of different types, and only in corneal blindness uh, it can be cured by donation of cornea. Cornea is a transparent membrane on iris of eyeball, just like a glass on our wristwatch. Through the glass, we can see the timings displayed. Similarly, when light passes through the transparent membrane, then person can see the thing before him, or the image of that thing is made on his eyes, and person can see the thing. If that membrane becomes opaque, then light won't pass through it and he won't be in a position to see anything and he will become corneal blind. So this cornea can be donated within 5 to 6 hours, and it is again bloodless surgery. Not a single drop of blood is wasted. Now about skin donation. For skin donation too, a team of doctor visits donor's residence, or if he is hospitalized, they visit the hospital where retrieval surgery of 30 minutes is taken, and only out of 3 layers of our skin, only outer layer is retrieved, not entire skin. And because of misconception that entire scheme would be retrieved in skin donation, people don't uh, go for skin donation or don't donate skin. Please remember only outer layer of a skin, which is zero point 0.3 mm thick, just like a shell of an onion, is taken in donation, and that too from such parts of the body which are normally not seen, that is back and thighs. From other parts of body, skin is not harvested or taken. So that too is a bloodless surgery, and not a single drop of blood is lost. And both these surgeries can be performed at residence of the donor. So once these donations are over, then relatives have a choice whether to go for body donation or ask a request to get the body back for last rituals. So please remember, after eye donation and skin donation, body donation is possible, or final body can be taken back for final religious rituals. It is not the thing that you won't get body back after, or you won't be one won't be in a position to perform last rituals after eye and skin donation. That is wrong. It can be done. And if body is donated, now the skin donated is used to cover the wounds that are mainly burn wounds. Burn wounds are most painful wounds, and a magic is that if harvested skin of somebody else dead person is used to cover the wound of a burn patient, immediately more than 95% pains are reduced. And normally when we call burn victim is burned more than 40% or 50% or 60%, then a part of his skin is entirely burned and internal body system is exposed to atmospheric infection. But when the wound is covered by donated skin, it is protected from external infections, and normally burn victim dies due to infections and not due to wound. So by covering the wound by donated skin, his life can be saved. So a life of a person, burn victim, can be saved by donated skin. So these two, eye donation and skin donation, can be done by most of the persons who are cardiac dead, cardiac who meet cardiac death, and they can either give sight to corneal blind person, or they can save life of a burn victim. These two donations are such important one. Organ donation, by organ donation, life of a person suffering from malfunctioning of that particular organ is can be saved by transplant. Each individual organ have very small life after retrieval. Life of an organ is measured from the moment it is retrieved from donor's body till it is transplanted in beneficiary's body. So for heart, it is only 4 hours. So within these 4 hours, a heart is to be retrieved from donor's body, transported to the place where beneficiary is hospitalized, and thereafter it is transplanted. and entire time period is only 4 hours. That is why you must have seen most of the places green corridor is made and traffic is kept on hold till the ambulance carrying the organ reaches or reaches either the aircraft or to the hospital at destination. So even in aircraft is kept ready for flight and only through emergency entrance the doctor's team carrying the organ enters the craft and immediately craft is given priority in takeoff and again at destination it is given priority in landing and immediately through emergency exit the team of doctors first exit with the organ and immediately organ is carried to the hospital where beneficiary is hospitalized. So by this organ donation and skin donation, it is used or even eyes in eye donation means cornea in eye transplant that is used to give treatment to the patient in need. This is not the case with body donation. Donated body is used for medical education and research. The position or contribution to our education by notebook and books is same of a human body to doctor or medical students. Medical students study human systems by dissecting dead body which is called cadaver and they take basic education regarding the human systems and that gives them expertise to become a doctor. So if we don't donate body the doctors won't get perfect education and we may not get good medical treatment in future. Therefore, it becomes our moral responsibility to donate bodies too, and which can be donated by almost all persons who are meeting cardiac death. Even after eye donation and skin donation, body can be donated. On a single body, ideally speaking, 10 doctors have to take basic medical training. However, due to scarcity, it is to be utilized for training of more doctors. But suppose 10 doctors are trained on a single body, let us know the advantage of body donation. Each doctor has medical profession of 40 years and if he works only for 300 days a year taking or enjoying leave for 65 days still every doctor will minimum work for 12,000 days and if every day doctor treats so many patients but because of the training good better training received from cadaver donated body if a doctor expert doctor treats or gives better medical treatment to only single person every day and saves his life still it is a plain simple arithmetic one doctor can save life of 12,000 patients and such 10 doctors are trained on a single body cadaver so to sum up one body donation results into better medical treatment and saving life of 1,20,000 patients. It is such an important donation. However, because of unawareness in Greater Mumbai, where annually 1 lakh persons die, only 100 bodies are hardly received in donation, whereas our requirement is of 200 bodies for medical education. That is how body donation is equally important. Now, if you go to statistics, you will find every year or even during year 2015, 5 years earlier, fatal road accidents were 1,51,000. Means 1,51,000 ended their life in road accidents. Suppose even 50% of them would have passed through brainstem death stage and could be converted into organ donations. We would have plenty of organs required for transplant in our country because every donor can donate 8 organs and tissues. So you can multiply 75,000 by 8. So that many lives can be saved, not only in our country, but even it could have been exported to other countries. Again, if just to know the requirement of our country, if we visit a website of NOTO, that is National Organ and Tissue Transplant Organization, New Delhi, it is notto.gov.in. It will show the requirement of organs in our country is 4 lakh organs every year. Against that, hardly 7,500 organs are received, which are mainly from living donors. So, what happens to deceased donors? They are not converted because of unawareness. And what happens to their organs which are not donated? They are reduced to either ashes if their bodies they are burnt along with the body of deceased, or they are reduced to soil if they are buried along with the deceased body. So these are the only two type of treatments we give to deceased body after as a last religious rituals. So if with proper awareness, promotion of proper awareness, if everybody becomes aware, then all these brainstem dead persons can be converted into potential donors, organ donors and tissue donors. And for your kind information, please note, after organ donation, body cannot be donated. Body donation is not possible. The body is not eligible for donation because for retrieval of organs, many intersections are required to be made on vein. And if vein is punctured, vein is cut, then the preservative required for preserving the dead body cannot be held in the body. For preserving body received in body donation after cardiac death, a process called embalming is used in which 5 liters of chemical called formalin is injected inside the body through same veins. We have our body is having miles and miles of veins network, and that network is used for the chemical for preservation. And when that chemical reaches all the organs internally, the internal decay is stopped, prevented, and the entire body is kept in a tank of a same chemical, formalin. just like we see fish in fish pond. So the body such kept in formalin can be preserved for 5 years, and such body is used for education even after 5 years. All the systems are well preserved and doctors can take training. Earlier to enactment, the bodies were not available due to religious myth for doctors training, and doctors were required to dig the graves from graveyard and take out the rotten bodies and study on that. You can imagine how the troublesome would be for doctor to take the training on rotten bodies. So with all these noble donations, we can have better doctors as well as we can save life of so many persons. And this year we have designed online training program for all the students of University of Mumbai through NSS, and it has the entire subject is divided into 9 sessions. First is basic foundation session, elementary session to make what to let you know what is awareness, and there are 8 chapters covering all registration, eye donation, body donation, skin donation, organ donation, its regulators, and so on. And online study material is supplied by us in a form of a link. Every session is having lectures in English as well as Marathi so that one have a choice to at choice of language which he prefers. Thereafter, the information is made in a knowledge bank, 8 chapters of knowledge bank that too are bilingual in Marathi and English. Every chapter is having questionnaire that is designed in Google quiz format. So as soon as that is filled in, one would know where he has given wrong answers and he can correct his answers and increase his knowledge. And most important thing, it is win-win situation by doing this taking online training, and also without means everything is can be done by using your mobile phone, and even the field work can be done by using your mobile phone of awareness by contacting your friend circle, by contacting your other friends, relatives, and neighbors whom you meet day to day. Means for that again you have not to go into field. You can take uh, care which is required to be taken to fight with corona, and still you can complete this NSS task and get NSS credit. Beyond that, this is a one NSS activity which can give you even the scholarship by way of reimbursement of college fees to some extent, and only to the toppers. So at the end of educational year, we are going to hold online quiz contest, and the toppers will get the scholarship. I hope I have covered most of the points, and I am very much sure all the students of your college, your institution will join this online training. It is open even to the means it is not only restricted to NSS volunteers. All the students can take this online training from our website. Our website address is vfororgans.org, and you will get it this information from your NSS PO. And I thank you all for giving me this opportunity to share my knowledge and information on this subject, and also thank uh, the NSS coordinator Shabib Saab, Shabib Saab Rizvi, and the college management for giving me this opportunity. Now it is open for questions. Anybody can ask question, and if the student volunteer has summarized the questions, they can start asking me the questions. Over. Over. Over to you, volunteer.
So, if anybody is having any type of question, they can ask in chat box.
So no questions.
So, someone has asked in the chat box that how does organ donation affect the funeral plans?
Please repeat.
How does organ donation affect the funeral plans?
Absolutely no, it won't affect. Only some time will be taken to hand over the body back to the relatives, because the retrieval process takes some time, organ retrieval process, and because the donated organs have to be distributed, and that too by a machinery. A government machinery set up very transparent process under the aegis of NATO at national level, ROTO at regional level, SOTO at state level, and ZTCC at different areas of Maharashtra, that is Mumbai, Pune, Aurangabad. So at these places, the ZTCC, and they take some time to find a suitable uh, beneficiary on priority, a priority list is prepared by them, and the organs are distributed. So till that person is again hospitalized and kept ready for transplant, the organ cannot be retrieved. Till then, the cadaver is maintained by continuing all the medications as well as when continuing ventilator, just like a living person, living patient. And it takes some time, but still last rituals can be done after organ donation. Any other question? It was very good question. Anybody else having any question?
So, sir, we have our next question, that is, will my family incur any expenses if I am an organ donor?
No, absolutely no expenses are required by the donor's family, because they are donor only. There is no monetary transaction. Other In other words, I will say they don't have to spend anything. At the same time, they will get a lot of joy, but nothing in terms of money. But the joy they will receive by donation is much more valuable than money So they will get the joy, and they won't have to do any expenditure for donation. Suppose a person has made accident, so till he becomes bonded, whatever are the charges of hospital, they have to naturally pay that bill. But once a patient is declared brain dead, thereafter for maintenance of cadaver and for transplant and retrieval, no charges are to be borne by the donor's family. Quite good question. And facility for online, semi-online registration for donation is available on our website. Please note our website. It is in small case V4. It is a numerical 4 organs organs .org. So from that website you can do your registration from using your own mobile, and no sooner entire form is filled in, even you can upload your photo taken out from your mobile, and once that is done, immediately you will get the donor card as well as pre-filled pledge form by way of email on your mobile. You have to take the printout. You can keep the donor card at your residence, as well as form is to be signed by you. Taking two witnesses should be preferably your family members, because they are first to know that person is dead, and you have to send it by post to our office or through NSS coordinator or POs will be sending it to our office once the every month or after a couple of months or a quantity is received by them. Any other question?
No, sir, we don't have any question right now. I would like to thank you to share your precious knowledge with us. I mean, there are very few people who are here working out for humanity. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. Bye bye.